Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the 2014-2015 Florida State College at Jacksonville faculty and distinguished platform guests. Please remain standing for the national anthem. please remain standing for the national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that her flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Please be seated. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I am Dr. Cynthia Biotto, President of Florida State College at Jacksonville. Thank you for joining us on this joyous and commemorative occasion. Thank you to FSCJ Professors Dr. Tim Workman and Dr. Paul Weichel for the instrumental music and the national anthem sung by our women's quartet. This is truly an extraordinary day as we celebrate our 48th commencement ceremony and 50 years of educational excellence and student success. This year, approximately 7,000 students will graduate from FSCJ with a degree or certificate. Thank you for making it a priority to be here and honor their accomplishments. It is my privilege at this time to introduce to you our special platform guests. Everyone on this platform believes education is paramount to the continued growth in our community. As I introduce each one, I ask that they stand and remain standing until all the introductions have been made. And also to you in our audience, I ask that you please hold your applause until we have completed the introduction. Let me start with Mr. Tom Madonix, Chairman of our District Board of Trustees, Dr. Judith Bilski, Vice President of the College and Provost, Steve Milchanowski, Secretary for our FSCJ Faculty Senate, Ms. Sarah Lynch, President of our Student Government Association, Ms. Latasha Fulward, Board of Trustees, Mr. Thomas Bryan, Board of Trustees, Mr. Al Little, Vice President of Business Services, Dr. Sandy Robinson, Campus President, Dr. Ian Newhart, Campus President, Ms. Jana Coy, Campus President, Dr. Marie Nagy, Campus President, Rear Admiral James Stevenson, Vice President of Institutional Advancement, Dr. Margarita Cabral Mali, Campus President, Dr. Chris Holland, Vice President of Student Services, Mr. Thomas Mack McGee, Board of Trustees, Mr. Jim Mayo, Board of Trustees, Ms. Candace Holloway, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Calvin Mackey, our keynote speaker. Please join me in a round of applause. Thank you. I would also like to take a moment to thank the phenomenal faculty of FSCJ. And if you are a faculty member, would you please stand so that we might acknowledge you? Thank you. Our faculty, along with our dedicated staff of FSCJ, have committed today and every day to making the highest quality of learning possible for our students, for those of you in the arena today, and for those of you in our classrooms every day. And to you, the students before me, congratulations. You are here because of your belief in the importance of education. And I share the belief that education equalizes, liberates, and sustains not only the person, but our communities and our world. As I look across this room, I see your family, friends, mentors, coaches, teachers, and supporters. Each of them have helped you accomplish your goals. They have stood by you as you've worked diligently to finish that last paper, study for that test, or read that one more chapter of a book. Today, I join you in saying thanks to your supporters. Without each and every one of you in this room, this day would not be possible for our graduates. And to that end, students, I should refer to you, I think, as graduates. Graduates, when you arrived today for commencement, you were provided with a card of gratitude. This card provides you with the opportunity to say thank you. You were part of my success. I ask that you think about one person who might have made the difference in you being here today. It might have been during your time at FSCJ. It might have been during your time in a neighborhood or in elementary school. Think about that one person and write a note of gratitude to them. And the next time you see them, please share that with them. For this is a heartfelt expression of your gratitude and appreciation for all that they have done to support you to this day. Now, you graduates join more than 116,000 graduates from Florida State College at Jacksonville in the last 50 years. What a great accomplishment as a college to say that we have contributed to the education of so many in our communities, local, regional, nationally, and internationally. Whether our alumni attended FJC, FCCJ, or FSCJ, we have remained true to our core mission. And that core mission is providing high-quality educational opportunities to students wherever you are, wherever you have been, to provide the knowledge and skills necessary to be successful, contributing members of our world. Today we're surrounded with students like Robert Racker. Rob is a single father of 4 children who went back to school in hopes to inspire his children to do the same. He works full-time while going to school full-time and even fits in the time to coach his son's football team. During his time at FSCJ, he has conducted service learning activities on behalf of the college by donating medical care packages with his children for the Soul Hope organization, and Soul is spelled S-O-L-E, if you're wondering. Soul Hope organization treats children's feet in Uganda. He involved his children in this process through assistance with selecting the medical products, composing notes and cards to the children in Uganda, and shipping them. He said he chose a children's organization like Soul Hope so that his children could participate and learn from his experience. Each semester, a high point is the opportunity for me to meet with students on the various FSCJ campuses. And during a pizza lunch just a couple of weeks ago, I met yet another student who inspired me. Calissa Green first attended college 19 years ago. but took a break to raise a family and then join the workforce. After her job was dissolved due to the company moving, she felt defeated. She was worried and nervous about coming back to school after so many years. But once she stepped through the doors of FSCJ, she described she felt welcomed and encouraged to conquer the world. Clarissa will be graduating today with her Associate in Science degree and is pursuing her bachelor's degree in Supervision and Management, with hopes one day to come back and work at FSCJ as a student advisor and encourage other students like herself to achieve their goals. These students and their life stories represent so many of you, our FSCJ graduates. I honor each and every one of you. Your courage, determination, focus, and hard work serves as an example to each of us. I am so fortunate to have the opportunity to serve as your president, and I speak on behalf of our Board of Trustees, our faculty, our staff, our administration, when we applaud and celebrate your success. Thank you for all you have done, for who you are, and who you have become. It is now my pleasure to ask our Faculty Senate Secretary, Steve Milchanowski, to come to the stage to introduce our student speaker, who has a great story of her own to tell. Steve?
Thank you, Dr. Biotto. On behalf of the faculty, I would like to thank you for your words and your dedication to the college. I would also like to congratulate all of our graduates. And now I'm honored to introduce to you one of our student leaders. Sarah Lynch has been a student at the Florida State College at Jacksonville since the fall of 2012 and is graduating with her Associate in Arts degree. For the past 2 years, Sarah has served in student government in Open Campus Deerwood and as a member of the Florida College System Student Government Association. In the future, Sarah hopes to graduate with a degree in International Relations. Without further ado, please welcome Sarah Lynch.
Growing minds today, leading tomorrow's world. Florida State College at Jacksonville's vision for its students and the world is as relevant today as when the college was founded 50 years ago. That vision provides a guiding principle for us and our future as we mark the commencement of our transition from college to the next phase of our lives. During our time here, we grew to learn a specific discipline, but that was only the beginning. We developed our perspective of the broader world as we interacted with students and faculty from all walks of life. And we've prepared to join our lives to the complex world around us, using our unique skills, abilities, and perspectives to make an imprint on those around us. If FSCJ simply grew our minds, the vision would only be partly achieved. FSCJ also prepared us to lead in our own spheres of influence, whether that means leading in a major corporation, a small nonprofit, or even a scout troop. Make no mistake, leadership matters on all levels. Leadership is about influence and impact. When we're in positions to lead, we have the ability to influence events positively, to engage others in a common purpose and a common vision that betters our organizations and our communities. But we don't just grow to be leaders in a day, we grow daily. We should look for opportunities to influence, even when we don't have a title or position. Leaders focus on becoming the person that people want to lead. Leaders also focus on impact. Leaders know that a team's efforts mean nothing if no progress is made. They consistently keep the vision in front of their team and never lose sight of their objectives. They drive results, they have impact. Our time at FSCJ has prepared us to have influence and impact. In short, our education has prepared us to lead tomorrow's world. Each of our journeys will be unique. Yet our ability to influence and impact the wonderful state of Florida and our world ties us together in a common bond. As country singer Tim McGraw, a former FSCJ student, once said, "We take different paths in life, but no matter where we go, we take a little of each other everywhere." I'd like to thank the faculty and the staff at FSCJ for creating the environment that grew our minds and prepared us to lead in a changing world. When they teach us, they give us a little of themselves to take with us. As you leave here today, take pride in the fact that your investment has given you a firm foundation for facing tomorrow's possibilities. But of course, this is only the beginning. Today may be the end of our formal training, but it's a commencement in the larger journey of creating meaningful lives. It's a commencement for influencing others and impacting the world in our own unique way. The journey continues, so make the most of it. The student government at Open Campus Deerwood has a motto that says, "Expand your mind, change your world." I commend and congratulate you for taking the steps to expand your mind. Now go change the world.
Please join me one more time in congratulating Sarah Lynch for her hard work and wonderful accomplishments. Great job. Great job. I am now delighted to introduce our keynote speaker for this year, Dr. Calvin Mackey. Dr. Mackey is an award-winning mentor, an inventor, an author, a former engineering professor, an internationally renowned speaker, and a successful entrepreneur. A lifelong resident of New Orleans, Dr. Mackey graduated from high school with low test scores, requiring him to undertake special remedial classes at Morehouse College. From there, Dr. Mackey went on to receive his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from Georgia Tech, for those of you Georgia Tech folks here, where he subsequently earned his master's and doctorate in mechanical engineering. Following the catastrophic hurricanes Katrina and Rita, former Louisiana Governor Kathleen Blanco appointed Dr. Mackey to the 33-member board of the Louisiana Recovery Authority, the guiding agency to lead the state's rebuilding efforts. Dr. Mackey continues in his role as president and CEO of the Channel Zero Group, LLC, an educational and professional development consulting company he co-founded back in 1992. Most recently, Dr. Mackey founded STEM NOLA, a nonprofit organization founded to expose, inspire, and engage communities around the opportunities in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Welcome to FSCJ, Dr. Mackey, and thank you for sharing this momentous occasion with us.
First, I'd like to give thanks to God for giving me the mental, physical, and spiritual strength to stand before you. Just checking. Second, I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Bioto for having me. Thank you to the entire Board of Trustees and the Selection Committee for having me. I'd like to say thank you to the parents, the grandparents, the uncles, the aunts, the nephews, the sons and daughters who have supported these graduates, been there for them, prayed for no way out of some way or some way out of no way, did what you had to do to make sure that your wife, your husband, your child sit here today. Thank you. This is a commencement exercise, so I'd like to say thank you also to the relatives that did not support them, who was not there, did not do the things that you were supposed to do. Oh yeah, we're gonna keep it real. And the fact that you're here today, this may be a commencement for you too, to do the things that you're supposed to do in your wife's life, or in your husband's life, or in your son or daughter life. It's time for us to get back to doing what we're supposed to be doing for each other. I'd like to say thank you to the faculty, as I used to be one. And I know what you have done in giving of yourself to help get these people here today. And a lot of things happen on days like this, but one of the things that go missing a lot of times is that we don't say thank you to you for the sacrifices that you have made, giving a little of yourself to each and every child, each and every student that came across your path. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Now to the graduates, what's up? Congratulations. And thank you for doing what you have done over the last 2 years or 3 or 4 or 6 or 7. And realizing that the race is not won by the swiftest or the strongest, but by he or she who endures it to the end. And we're here today to celebrate the fact that you all have made it to this end of the race. This is a commencement. It doesn't mean it's the end. It's the end of this part. So we want you all to go out today and celebrate and have a great time. Then we want you to get up tomorrow and we want you to work and work and work and work and work and work and work. We want you to get up tomorrow and run and run and run. Maybe you don't understand what I'm saying. Tomorrow you better get up and you better hustle, hustle, hustle hard. Because there's a bad world out there that now you have to take on. I spend a lot of time saying thank you, parents, because it seems like we've been able to raise an entire generation of young people who don't know the meaning of words like thank you, excuse me, hard work, sacrifice, persistence. And Dr. Bioto, I don't want to be confused with them because my mother raised me differently. And my grandmother taught me, baby, you can go further in this world with good manners than money will ever take you. That's for you, graduates. Don't forget that. My name is Calvin Mackey, and I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana. I'm from Backertown, Gerttown, Zion City. I'm from the Lower 9 where we don't mind dying. I'm from that wild magnolia. I thought I told you. I'm from that CP3. You know me. So don't start acting like a pair of brand new shoes. You see, graduates, what I'm trying to say is that I started from the bottom just like you. And now we what? Now we here. Congratulations. Congratulations. And as you can see, I can go from 0 to 100 real quick. A couple of caveats I got to give out. My beautiful wife, Tracy, happens to be a pharmacist, and she believes that I'm ADD and never been treated before. So it's going to be rough standing at this mic. And caveat number 2, don't confuse my passion with anger. Young people, we need to be passionate about this thing called life. We need to be passionate about this journey that we are on. Because there's so many people in this world that's no longer passionate. And my promise to you is that you live in a free country called America, the greatest country in the world. This is the only place in the world where you can get up every day and create a better tomorrow for yourself. And this is your step to creating a better tomorrow. But you better be passionate about it. I was at General Electric recently with Jeff Immelt, one of the most powerful businessmen in the world. And I was sitting next to him. It was Jeff Immelt, me, and Al Sharpton. I said, now this is gangster. And I said, Jeff, pinch me. He said, what are you talking about, Dr. Mackey? I said, tickle me. He said, what are you talking about? I said, Jeff, dreams do come true. And people, we want you all to know today that dreams do come true. I know this was a dream for you, but Ted Turner said you should have dreams so big such that you would have to die and come back to achieve them. This is one part of your dream. What's inside of you that you want to give birth to? What's the passionate thing that you're going to run out and do? And when we start talking about passion, there's 2 parts of passion. And the 2 parts of passion is hope and challenge. I want you to know this world is going to challenge you. And your university, FSCJ, has challenged you. And the world is going to challenge you. So don't shun the struggle. Take the challenge by the horns like you've done and do the things that you have to do so that never again you have to never depend on another man, another woman, another government to do for you what you otherwise could do for yourself. That's what this thing called education is about. And see, this thing called hope, don't ever lose it. I know some people don't like the word hope. Somebody ran for president and used the word hope. Now everybody mad at hope, like hope a 4-letter word. Hope didn't do you anything. Hope is real. Hope is the thing that took us from where we were and got us to where we are now. And hope is the only thing that's going to take us to where we need to be. Hope is the reason why we're here. I have a friend named Dr. Truth, and Dr. Truth said, look, Dr. Mack, if you lose money, you lose a little. If you lose a friend, you've lost a lot. But if you lose hope, you've lost it all. And as I crisscross this country, look in the eyes of many of the students at colleges like this, look like they've lost it all. You have to hold on to hope. See, hope is the thing that caused the old lady to sit down and caused the nation to stand up. Hope is the thing that made a scientist called George Washington Carver do with a peanut 100 years ago that Harvard PhDs still cannot do today. Hope is the thing that made a black preacher at the age of 29 have a dream about changing the world. Hope is the thing that took a 47-year-old man and sent him to jail for 27 years, and he came out a world leader. Hope is the thing that turned crackheads into teachers and pimps into preachers. Hope is the thing that made Patrick Henry say, give me liberty or give me debt. Hope is the thing that made John F. Kennedy say, don't ask what your nation can do for you, ask what you can do for your nation. Hope is the thing that made our founding fathers right. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created. Hope is the thing that made Ronald Reagan talk about the shining city up on the hill and proclaim that we are still the last best hope for man on earth. Hope is the thing that made George W. Bush talk about the duty of hope. Hope is the thing that made a black boy with a white mom and a goat herding daddy believe he can be president. And a whole lot of people said, no, you can't. But a nation called America said, yes, you can. I'm talking about hope. And that thing called hope is very important. That thing called hope is very important because, see, hope is that little voice in your head that whispers maybe when the whole world is screaming no. And I know for me, just like many of you, you thought sometime your name was no. You go for a job, they tell you no. You say you want to go to school, they tell you no. You go over here, people tell you no. You walk down the street, they tell you no. But guess what? We're here today because we're telling you yes. And you take that and you run with it. And when you have that type of hope, there's nothing in this world, a free country called America, that can stop you. Man, woman, whoever can put up barriers, and you're going to realize then you got what it takes not to go around it, or either go through it. But you know you're going to have to get to the other side because really your life depending on it. And see, some people here don't feel that hope thing. And I'm going to put something in place so they can feel this hope thing. I'm going to share some things with y'all so you need to know why you got to have hope. There's a man by the name of Jim Clifton. He wrote a book called The Coming Jobs War. And Jim Clifton is the chairman of the Gallup Corporation. And the Gallup Corporation is the one that takes all the data. Jim Clifton wanted to find out what the world was thinking. So he created a tool and went and measured the world. And he surveyed the world, and this is what he found. He found out that there's 7 billion people in the world. Out of that 7 billion people, 5 billion of them are over the age of 15. Out of that 5 billion people, 3 billion of them say they want a good job. The only problem in the world is that they only have 1.8 billion good jobs in the world. So there's a job gap of 1.2 billion jobs. So therefore, they really do believe that if we can just somehow create 1.2 million jobs, all of the bombing and terrorism that goes on in the Middle East and urban America disappear because all these young men who's killing each other would otherwise have something to do instead of kill each other or kill us. And he said, you saying, look, man, you're talking about the world, but you see, Doc, I'm in America. And that's the problem. Sometimes some of us in America don't know that we are part of the world. And we don't know that this thing is now connected like it's never been connected before. And you don't understand that now you're competing against the world. So let me tell you about America. What he found out in America is that there's 300 million people. Now, that 300 million people, there's 150 million people over the age of 15. The only problem in America is that every day, every morning, 15 million people wake up unemployed and 15 million people wake up underemployed. So in America, 30 million people wake up disenfranchised because they can't live out this thing called American dream. Now, which one you going to be? Because the choice is yours. And that choice starts maybe in the morning, party today. But when you wake up in the morning, you got to realize that's what you're facing. And you got to go out and you got to hustle and you got to work and you got to do the things necessary to put food on your table to take care of you, yourself, and your children. You see, and I'm going to let you know another little secret. This is America, and we take entertainment to a whole nother level. Now, but I'm going to let you know a little secret before I sit down. See why we planning and clowning? See why we backing that thing up and dropping it like it's hot? See why we worrying about tweeting and twerking and Miley Cyrus? See why we worrying about Beyonce and Jay-Z and a baby named Blue? I got 99 problems, and a baby named Blue ain't one of them. See why we worrying about Northwest and South and East and Kanye and GJ, and see why we worrying about P. Diddy? See why we tweeting and twatting it on Twitter? See why we on Facebook but won't put our face in a book? See why we worrying about all that Instagramming and gramming and this and that? See why we worrying about all that? I want to let you know a little secret. Right now, in this moment, there's a little kid in India and a little kid in China standing under the cloak of darkness to a candle, preparing for the day to kick your behind. And it's not even personal. They don't care if you white, you black. They don't care if you're Asian, Hispanic. They don't care if your mama crackhead or your daddy in jail or your father rich. The only thing they want to do is take advantage of the opportunities that we're not taking advantage of in a place called America. Now keep tripping. Graduates, you are our hope for tomorrow. You've been properly prepared by Florida State College. You've been prepared. But we need to make sure that you understand you got to go out here tomorrow and then put that to work. And you say, Calvin, why is that important? Because what I realize as an employer, the man or woman who doesn't have skills asks people how much they pay. But the man or woman who does have skills tell people how much they charge. You all are now in a position to tell people how much you charge if you go out and create something. See, in closing, I grew up in a house with no books. My father dropped out of school in the 8th grade to pick cotton. My mother went to a state-approved Negro high school. When I was in high school in back of town in New Orleans, I thought I was going to go to the NBA and save my family, just like a lot of young men. Dr. Bioto, I suffered a traumatic shoulder separation. I couldn't play basketball anymore. And I never forget the coach brought me home that night, and he knocked on the door, and he said, Mr. Mackey, I'm sorry to tell you, but your son will never be able to play basketball again. And my mom looked at me, and she only had one thing to say. She said, what are you going to do now? We told you to study. We told you to study. I said, Mama, what about my shoulder? She said, boy, shut up and get in this house. That's a real mama there. We need more mamas like that. I came in the room, I went in my room, and I laid in the bed, and I said, God, what I'm doing? God said, boy, don't worry about your arm. You're going to do more for this world with your head than you ever thought you'd do with your legs and your arms. And that's what we know about you. This is a world now where your body gets weaker as you get older, but your mind's supposed to get stronger. We now live in a knowledge economy. The man or woman who outthinks you rules you. So this is your first step to becoming and getting into lifelong learning. I got up the next day, I went to school to find my favorite teacher, Miss V. I said, Miss V, you heard about She said, shut up, Calvin, we heard about your shoulder. She said, but what are you going to do now? We told you to study, we told you to study. I said, Miss V, I don't know. She said, look, Calvin, I don't know ain't good enough no more in the 21st century. In the 21st century, there'll be only two types of people. They won't be black or white, Asian, Hispanic. It'll be two types of people, Calvin, those in the know and those not in the know. FSCU, what are you going to be? Which one? Because right now you're in the know. But if you don't continue down this path, you can quickly become into people who don't know. And she said, Calvin, look, you got to go to college. I said, but nobody in my family ever been to college before. She said, look, you're going to go. Never forget, I went to take the SAT, and I was so ignorant. Don't get bent out of shape when people call you ignorant. Ignorant means you just don't know. Stupid means there's no hope for you. Flavor Flav, stupid. I was just ignorant. I was so ignorant when they told me to go take the SAT, I thought SAT meant Saturday. And then I knew they was telling the truth because then they told me the test was on Saturday. And when I showed up to take my SAT, I got that test and I was so ignorant, I didn't know that word, this is that word, this is that word, this is that word. And y'all know what we do when we don't know what we're supposed to know on those standardized tests. I started going A, B, C, D, D, C, B, A, B, C. Woo, I better change this thing up. C, B, C, B, A, D, A, D. Yeah, I know all y'all got to college. I know my kind. And I went to take the test. And they gave me, and I finished the test. I was the first one finished. I was like a bunch of dummies and put my head down. They had to wake me up, say, young man, go home, go home. And back then we didn't have Facebook, MySpace. We didn't have the internet. And 6 weeks later, I went to the mailbox and I opened it up and I looked and I saw those scores. I said, oh yeah, and I went to school to find Miss V. When I got to school, I said, Miss V, I got my score. She said, Calvin, what you got? I said, ignorantly and confidently. I looked at her and I said, Miss V, I got 84%. She said, Calvin, 84% on the SAT, that's unbelievable, Calvin, especially for you. She said, but Calvin, I never heard the test explained in percentages before. She said, what's your raw score? What's your total score? And ignorantly and confidently, I looked at it and I screamed, 840. She said, no, boy, you got some issues. She said, Calvin, the test is not out of 1,000, the test is out of 1,600. You need to go take that test again. I said, oh, no, not that Saturday test. I'm going to stick with my Friday test. I do much better on Fridays. But she pushed me on because young people, she realized that man cannot create a test to measure what's inside of you if you get up every day and work and do the things that you're supposed to do. And eventually I went to Morehouse College and started in remedial reading. When I got to Morehouse, they laughed at the way I talk because I'm saying things like, I'm bout it, how you do that there, and I'm the man right here. You heard me, little whoa, this off the easy for sheezy up in here, cousin. You see, I'm bilingual. You don't have to come in here, Ellis Island, or the Rio Grande, or a piece of cardboard or wood, and land in Florida and being a person in need of English as a second language. When I got to college, I couldn't conjugate the verb to be. It was I be, we be, you be, all us be up in here. They said, boy, don't pass, go directly to remedial reading. And thank God Morehouse believed, like this university believes in hope. On my way to remedial reading, they had a sign that said, when you find out you're behind in a race of life, you got two choices, run faster or quit. And FSCJ, every day I got up and I ran and I ran and I ran. And after 3.5 years, I finished Morehouse #1 in mathematics, #5 in the largest class that Morehouse had ever produced, magna cum laude, Phi Beta Kappa. And I tell you that story, thank you. I tell you that story to let you know what is capable for you. 2 weeks after that, I started Georgia Tech. 18 months later, I finished my second undergraduate degree of BS in mechanical engineering at Georgia Tech. 2 years after that, I got a master's in mechanical engineering. 3 degrees and 7 years to the inner city ghetto kid from Backertown, Gertown, Zion City of New Orleans, who they said never should have been in college in the first place. 4 years after that, I got a PhD in mechanical engineering. We need you all to go on and believe that you could do even greater things. And I don't tell that story to brag. I tell that story to let you know that each and every one of us been impregnated with something so great, such that if we give birth to it, it'll make Bill Gates look like a midget in the annals of history. But yet still, too many of us have already committed to having abortions on our dreams. Why are you here? What is it you want to do? Young man, what lives inside of you such that you're going to get up and work day and night such that 2 generations from now people would know your name? Why is it you walk through and ride down Jacksonville and see these buildings with name on them and don't dream that your name can be on them like that? That's what we need you to dream about. And in closing, my wife, I'm a 2 million mile on Delta. And when I don't fly Delta, call me and be like, Doc, everything all right? And my wife, you know, these planes falling out the sky, and she said, look, we might need to change this thing up. You fly too much. I said, no, I'm good. I said, you know, this is how we eat. She said, no, you need to fly. I said, look, if the plane fall out the sky, you need to know 2 things. She said, what? I'm going to be in that plane fighting. And 2, you're going to be all right. She said, I don't want to hear about that. I said, look, if the plane go down, I want you to, this is what I want on my tombstone. She said, look, don't talk like that, Calvin. I said, look, if the plane go down, if I don't make it home tomorrow, this is what I want on my tombstone, just 1 word. And she said, look, don't talk like that, Calvin. I said, but you're going to be all right. She said, well, look here, how all right am I going to be? I said, double indemnity, all right. I said, look, she said, well, what you want on your tombstone? I said, if I die today, I want on my tombstone 1 word, and that word is empty, because I want to go to the grave letting the world know I gave it my all. And FSCU, if you give it your all. FSCJ, if you give it your all. I caught myself. I'm good. If you give it your all, I promise you in a place called America, you'll never go hungry. You'll never go without. You have everything that you need. We're not here to play, to dream, to drift. We have hard work to do and loads to lift. Graduates shun not to struggle. 'Tis God's gift. Congratulations, and you all go and change the world. Thank you.
I'm inspired. Are you? One more time for Dr. Mackey. We are now ready to present you, the 2014-15 graduating class, with why you came here. To do that, I would like to first introduce Dr. Judith Bilski, our Vice President of the college and the Provost. Dr. Bilski began her career as a high school teacher many, many, many years ago, and has been working since that time to constantly improve the educational opportunities of students in Florida. She served at Brevard Community College as a student advisor, and over the next 15 years rose to the position of Associate Vice President of Educational Services within that same college. In 2004, Dr. Bilski joined the Florida Department of Education as Executive Vice Chancellor for the Division of Community Colleges, becoming the Chief Academic and Student Affairs Officer for the entire Florida college system. Over the next 8 years, during a period of administrative transitions, she had also the unique experience of serving as acting chancellor for the system. Dr. Bilski is known as being a champion of collaboration among the colleges. She regards best practices in college readiness, innovation in developmental education. She also was part of the creation of the Educator Preparation Institutes and strengthened so many parts of our colleges throughout the state. 3 years ago, much to the benefit of FSCJ, Dr. Bilski joined us as our Provost and Vice President. She provides academic leadership, oversight, and inspiration for all of our campuses and centers. The reason I'm sharing all of this with you is because this coming November, Dr. Bilski will be retiring. So I would invite all of you, before we congratulate all of you, please join me in congratulating Dr. Bilski for a life well spent. An ovation behind you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Biotto, and colleagues, students, friends, family. Will all of the students who are here today, who are candidates for graduation, please stand. Dr. Biotto, the faculty has affirmed that these members of the 2014-15 class have satisfactorily completed the requirements for their respective baccalaureate, associate, and certificate programs. As Provost, I hereby recommend these students for their degree or certificate.
Graduates, upon recommendation of the faculty and by the power vested in me by the State of Florida and the District Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the baccalaureate degree, associate degree, or technical certificate with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. You may be seated. Trustees, will you please assist me with a presentation of diploma folders to the graduates? Dr. Bilski.
Will the graduates receiving the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Applied Science, and the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degrees please stand and be escorted to the stage? As you all know, today is truly a joyous occasion, and I'm going to ask that we respect all of the graduates by remaining in your seats while the graduate names are called out.
Aisha Brown.
Samantha Moore.
Ashley Fulton.
Philip Tu.
Marie Teda.
Michael DeLero.
Gabriel Douglas.
Ashley Moore.
Timothy Pond.
Jason McLean.
Delalis. Anthony Delalis.
Jody Miller.
Elise Gross.
Nathan Freeman.
Joan Hudson Venable.
Clarissa DeGraft.
Deborah Jackson.
Christina Lazenby.
Tammy Groff.
Laura Hathcox.
Dean Groff.
Corey Fisher.
Monica Kennedy.
Honor Stewart.
Lisa Sproul.
Tanya Eccles.
Trudy Lynn Froelich.
Andrew Lawler.
Rashad Martin.
Rebecca Russell.
Jeremy Martin.
Nicoasha Nicholson.
Christine Stanton.
Lindsay Largely.
Courtney Koenig.
Megan Stokes.
Juanita Guilford.
Megan Riley.
Aaron Walker.
Leslie Dubois.
Kenneth Hallett.
Lydia Melvin.
Anthony Brooks.
Cassandra Dorsey.
Pernice V. Walker.
Deidre Johnson.
Lena Marie Salim.
Jacob Owens.
Brandon Hughes.
Jennifer Trogg.
Jennifer Coachman.
Michael Miller.
Linda Denise Middlebrooks.
Danielle Boston.
Tira Denise Davenport.
Maria Garcia Polido.
Monica Kelly.
Joyce Subaluk.
Sonia Samanamud.
Federique Candela.
Amanda Schultz.
Bernard Alaras.
Alisa Cantu.
Douglas Salas.
France Damas.
Benjamin Young.
Kesner Stephen.
Dawn Thompson.
Miley Maturel.
Juanita Williams Sermons.
Sherrick Williams.
Carolyn O'Caro.
Natasha Mason.
Catherine Hutflies.
Alicia Nettles.
Janelyn Alvarez.
Tamara Hunter.
Jacqueline Tovili.
Juliet Antipola.
Dion Handy.
Benjamin Arab.
Florence Simon.
Erica Mortimer.
Jared Harper.
Ginika Ozochukwu.
Alexis Howard.
Melanie Davis.
William Fowler.
Melissa Parsons.
Jessica Thomas.
Jessica Struntz.
Carly Ellison.
Amanda Rector.
Junior Rendon.
Kay Ing.
Francis Lafayette.
Ella Bonner.
Paul Phelan.
Charles Feltus.
Christina Collins.
Katrina Jones.
Jose Patino.
Shantae Johnson.
Boots Book.
Mujib Nasiru.
Zachary Cannon.
Maylene Gaston.
Michael Wilson.
Ashley Jones.
Eddie Muhitch.
Altanya Anderson.
Paul Hudson.
Darielle Millage.
Amber Hudson.
Tempest Wright Clement.
Charles Johnston.
Sharon Shy.
Iran Jones.
Alicia Williams.
Andre Korchuk.
Brian Johnson.
That's right. Stephanie Zaid.
Levada Johnson.
Maria Ruiz.
Laura Gay.
Angela Harnsard.
Yadira Avetia.
Brenda Dawkins.
Adrian Norris.
Denise Lance.
Brittany Peacock.
Detrick Stapleton.
Charday Bracelet.
Lynn Brittingham.
Jacqueline Spacek.
Samantha Hayes.
Alex Jaramillo.
Markle West.
Deborah Brown.
Brandon Hamby.
Charles Wells Jr.
Carrie Hamby.
Caitlin Tompkins.
Jean Giti Compere.
Kimberly Jones.
Christina McCrary.
Jennifer King.
Frankie Hanna.
Mandy Annette Burgess.
Christina Rivera.
Christopher Pearson.
Sabrina Burns.
Leslie Foster.
Nakisha Wade.
Shelby Belknap.
Contessa Rollerson.
Gladys Bullard.
Paul Wind.
Aaron McBride.
Lawrence Cahill.
Amos Barfield.
Zenaida Gordon.
Melissa Taylor.
Andy D. Matthews.
Antonella Moe.
Kelly Commodore.
Rochelle Quarterman.
Terry Johnson.
Sandra Brown.
Kyle Francis Hardy.
Albert Delusag.
Jeffrey McKinney.
Hussein Subai.
Callie Hatfield.
Ryan Cash.
Danielle Mack.
Christopher Carby.
Morgan Craven.
Rhonda Hearn.
Aubrey Kathleen Moran.
Dwayne Green.
Emily Sutton.
Bernadette Meeks Joyner.
Darla Mayo.
Tammy Simmons.
Shandel Greaves.
Tawana Simmons.
Charday McCullough.
Tanya Portis.
Mafi Bettina Pagrigan.
Candida Leverett.
Sarah Craven.
Kimber Zipperer.
Jennifer Bennett.
Christy Pig.
John Moon.
Janae Reed.
Jason Davenport.
Jerica Townsend.
Kelly Keeney.
Kate Sigwald.
Marlene Way.
Taylor Clark.
Nikisha Matthews.
Tanya Denise Davis Jordan.
Francine Schumpert.
Jessica Oberg.
Bronson Torres.
Kelly Henson.
Matthew Simons.
Janessa Michelle Bruce.
Velvet Corley.
Thomas Kavanaugh.
Ashley Larson.
Lisa Bolden.
Cynthia Young.
Bridget Wybera.
Kendra Morgan.
Michael Adams.
Rachel Gilbert.
Robin Sarge.
Patricia Hobby.
Timothy Usey.
Stephen McCowan.
Stacy Martin.
Sharon Angela de Guzman.
Marlon Matthews.
Amy Magdalene.
Shaniqua Arthur.
Jennifer Holloway.
Kathleen Robinson.
Aaron Jones.
Pamela Holmes.
Lisa Leonard.
Nadia Clements.
Joshua Hull.
Honorita Guest.
Yashika Scarlett.
David Martin.
Vicky Malden,
Adam Umberger,
Danisha Walker,
Janira Dennis,
Carrie Alderman,
Rebecca Hamill,
Mildred Owens Weaver,
Michelle Toledo,
Clayton Patterson,
Amanda Zetik,
April Bolden,
Mary Pugh,
Damali Blackwood,
Tiffany Britt,
Osa Lampley,
Shakori Mormon,
Laura Dedeker,
Eon Hines,
Joseph Hunt,
Henry Green,
Brian Keene,
Kirsten Snyder,
Tarmika Dancy,
Winter Brown,
Amy Wells,
Robert Hain,
Dawn Camp,
Derek Martin,
George Barksdale,
Gloria Harris,
Susan Henderson,
Jacob Daubendy,
Jordan Holmes,
Aranda Aaron,
Tiana Harper,
Vince Swanson,
Christy Young,
Daniel Ciccarello,
William Heinrich,
Eric Kliteka,
Mary Bishop,
Justin Jordan,
Shakira Mason,
Amy Pittman,
Ashley Robinson,
Jennifer Miles,
Lisa Jones,
Jessica Gerasi,
Danielle Villarreal,
Allison Goldie,
Marissa Madison Ramos,
Charlene Bourgeois,
Vivian Fowler,
Penny Romano,
Sliven Green,
Mallory Morey,
Daniel Mackley,
Kristen Walker,
Pegway Lewis Charles,
Virginia Holmes,
Amber Moore,
Christopher Fisher,
Stacy Pachanka,
Rachel Trotter,
Paula Walker,
Marissa Davis,
Courtney Richardson,
Sumera Rajput,
Georgina Yazgi Asa,
Rachel Taylor,
Anjay Payne,
Clayton Freeman,
Michelle Kirchain,
Shanae Hilton Huntley,
Laura Gwynn,
Rose Francois,
Dan Vo,
Larissa Gobetz,
Kimberly Barclay,
Michelle Dupre,
Kimberly Broughton,
Kayla Willoughby,
Jamie Lee Pinheiro,
Jordan Speed Johnson,
Jeffrey Joslin,
Jordan Dirty,
Lynn Banks,
Justin Thompson,
Cherie Dukes,
Carla Thompson,
Robin Freeman,
Diandra Stragg,
Shondala Hagans,
Ryan Bishop,
Tiffany Jones,
Janice Dean Harden,
Felicia Mason,
Derek Sturks,
Jamin Mason,
Kendall Allen,
Norman Gilbert,
Kendra Jones,
Alicia Jasmine Jones,
Robert Schmidt,
Logan Shellhorn,
David Atkinson,
Felicia Lee,
Jessica Tyre,
Heather Reiser,
Davina Luna,
Christopher Primer,
Michael Abel,
Carolyn Willoughby,
Callie Williams,
Gregory Roper,
Janelle Bullard,
Shaniqua Council,
Teresa Payton,
Jessica Jerdine,
Crystal Taylor,
Andre Adams,
Lenny Robinson.
Homer Leonard.
My turn? Oh, Marquita. Nicole Smith. Lydia Jones. Willie Walker. Heath Stevens. Andre Macarno. Are we done? No.
Thank you. Will the graduates receiving their Associate in Arts degrees please stand at this time? This is our largest group of graduates. And students and guests, I'm going to ask for your continued patience that we show the same honor and respect to the next several hundred graduates as we just did to the previous several hundred graduates as they come forward and are escorted to the stage.
Joseph Hales.
Sarah Lynch.
Florence Jean Baptiste.
Annette Bird.
Sean Tay.
Brittany O'Brien.
Joel Calvin August Trotter.
Rachel Bolden.
Molly Miller.
Simone Solomon.
Alyssa Wersch.
Tava Duggins.
Shantae Keynes.
Tanya Jackson.
Sharice Keynes.
Carol Hicks.
Tiandra Key.
Taja Davis.
Julie Ziegler.
Cyteria Carswell.
Sarah Terry.
Shauna Neely.
Jose Rodriguez.
Jasmine Culp.
Janae O'Neill.
Amanda Yarberry.
Saeed Ali Rizvi.
Latoya Copeland.
Emily Rojas.
Monica Frazier.
Hannah Rawson.
Eunice Brenes.
Star Lynn Powell.
Michael Bizzaro.
Misty Fuentes.
Anisha Cotton.
Tamara Lee.
Yasma Murphy.
Alexis Brown.
Brenda Walker.
William Jack Kramer.
Takira Fowler.
Ricky Anderson.
Caitlin Schluter.
Samantha Wilson.
Keith Cawthorn.
Kara Polios.
Gordon Richards.
Erica Ariano.
Martin Corial.
Kiana Barrow.
Jawanda Alexander.
Latrina Mosley.
Charles Lawton.
Diamond Smith.
April Sparkman.
Antoine Jin.
Jolene Stahl.
Amelia Lanes.
Alan Davison.
Michelle Clark.
Tyshenda Jones.
Irvante Moore.
Ruthie Brooks.
Sierra Letzum.
Ashley Dunlap.
Emily Nickens.
Jessa Gray.
Lisa Burse.
Yesenia Rodriguez Hernandez.
Stephanie Hume.
Luke Sorensen.
Ashley Mooney.
Nicole Delamar.
Jasmine Rory.
Deborah Smith.
Jillian Martinez.
Stephen Watts.
Yolanda Whitehead.
Natalie Chatfield.
Deonza Jinks.
Camilla Housley.
Lakeisha Cockrum.
Chartrice Jackson.
Dashanae Townsend.
Evan Hastings.
Jeanette Exantis Moyse.
Aaron Enos.
Angelina Noel.
Leroy Macon.
Cindy Leandre.
Fallon Milton.
Shireen Curry.
Xavier Allen.
Susan Casby.
Lindsay Capola.
Jamal Platts.
Sean Austin.
James Hanson.
Charles Preston.
Takoras Brown.
Rienda Wilkerson.
Amanda Breen.
Tabitha Taylor.
Charlene Way.
Anilda Moratai.
Lene Brown.
Raphael Smalls.
Jeremy Elmore.
Marichika Buka.
Elizabeth Benitez.
Marilyn Landaverde Posadas.
Chloe Edwards.
Valentina Bettenker.
Ashley Hartman.
Julie No.
Lanisha Webb.
Rina Tramnavo.
Amy Ryan.
Kevin Ellis.
Jasmine Jones.
Sylvia Deschone.
Chantel Mallory.
Cinnamon Nicole Donaldson.
Brandon Diggs.
Stephanie Smith.
Jackson Freneau.
Jennifer Hodges.
Howie Cabetta.
Caitlin Bass.
James Philip Wright II.
Diana Wiggins.
Ayana Lewis.
Maya Carmichael.
Ryan Robinson.
Janetta Brown.
Cynthia Johnson Austin.
Megan Gooden.
Sarah Jean.
Katie Roberts.
Andrew Danter.
Ashley Highness.
Anisha Irvin.
Anthony Accaret.
Thomas Brown.
Sunny, Florida.
Frankie Schroer.
Ashley Ponce.
Daniel Kinchlow.
Where's the accent? Melinda Saavedra.
Brian Jimenez.
Lawanda Marion.
Mercedes Roberts.
Michelle Smith.
Bernita Lang.
Quanisha Graham.
Kendall Messersmith.
Katrina Hayes.
Miss Lean Brown.
Shelby Nelson.
Lynn Brill.
Evelyn Coney.
Rashard Reddick.
John Sangronis.
Danny Eugene Goodwin.
Where's the accent? Marcus Durrance.
Jerika Gardner.
Sienna Richards.
John Lipsy.
Jennifer Montgomery.
Simone Walker.
Brandon Dillinger.
Diane Ayers.
Sarah Williams.
Teresa Featherengill.
Abraham Navar.
Jakisha Dale.
Taylor Hill.
Alexis Howard.
Catherine Clark.
Teresa Seeley.
Taylor Cubbage.
Elise Moody.
Brent Terrell.
Daniela Correa Valencia.
Matthew Bumgardner.
Victoria Sullivan.
Brennan Smith.
Ashley Sturr.
Jacqueline Forbes.
Lily Anna Fury.
Mila Shine.
Sheila Matthew.
Anne Duluc.
Vicky Bellew.
Lisa Widener.
Ruth Anderson.
Rachel Obie.
Diamond Addison.
Chalito Miadi.
Jessica Hirsch.
Donna Ritchie.
Ebony Joyner.
Elizabeth Shaver.
Khadijah Lewis.
Shaniqua McBride.
Meredith Hodge.
Crystal Russell.
Sophia Aguado.
Danielle Dove.
Tristan Meade McCarthy.
Brittany Gonzalez.
Nisi Ince.
Crystal Fucci.
Dana Hagan.
Alyssa Ganzini.
Elise Money.
Sydney Renstrom.
Tiffany Bryant.
Jelana Glover.
Mandy McCoy.
Marland Mahone.
Whitney Moore.
Amity Jenkins.
Shannon Schmeichel.
Alicia Lockley.
Nicholas Lauer.
Sarah Woozer.
Deandra Haynes.
Tandem Cuskin.
Anastasia Bird.
Brittany Teal.
Tamika Days.
Chakubi Izochukwu.
Gregory Morin.
Ebony Curry.
Shalonda Johnson.
John Root.
Tiffany Brinkley.
Jordan Percival.
Diane Hall.
Kristen Rogers.
Nyasia Colon.
Carly Hasson.
John Glenn Reyes.
Monica Bonovich.
Octavius Gross.
Raquel Mombly.
Dylan Frutchie.
Ryan Jusak.
Alicia Stamper.
Rycley Cooper.
Francis White.
Reister Ricardo.
Molly Madre.
Angela Sampson.
Maurice Scarborough.
Georgia Jefferson.
Corey Henson.
Michelle Reed.
Caleb Schultz.
Eugenio Cruz.
Jalen Benyard.
Joseph Negron.
Allison Hughes.
Liz Negron Franceschi.
Tevin Hughes.
Megan White.
Jordan Stafford.
Grady Tucker.
Courtney Fitz.
Asia Claudius.
Asia Williams.
Zachary Chestnut.
Terrence Jones.
Nicole Summers.
Jemima LaRoque.
Amber Jones.
Carlicia Gamble.
New Newen.
Ayana Chanel.
Michaela Winter.
Ridge Reed.
Jolene Stubbings.
Demetrius Small.
Brad Wallace.
Diamond Paul.
Courtney Black.
Nikena Keys.
Precious Towns.
Tamara Jones.
Daryl MacArthur.
Freddie Lee Jones Jr.
Nicole Bethel.
Carletta Page.
Sierra Harvey.
Dorothy Moody.
Megan Hatton.
Tiffany Sanders.
Sierra Hill.
Lisa George Vila.
Sarah Gunter.
Joshua Ryan Ross.
Colleen Godwin.
Megan Mock.
Ethan Wilkerson.
Megan Gonzalez.
Heather Kalin.
Morgan Alvarez.
Haley Peacock.
Marjorie Loretta Williams.
Elizabeth Cologne.
Melissa Gamble.
Amanda Rosa.
Bratisha Ellis.
Gausmonia Nathan.
Victor Orantes.
Heather Roberts.
Sarah Rahman.
Carly Dennison.
Lamise Rahman.
Sherilyn Reed.
Donovan Waters.
Emily Miller.
Jean Allison Hoagland.
Michael William Lovato Pruitt.
Brace Mills.
Christy Phoenix.
Nadu Lawson.
Asia Rogers.
Kayla Babbitts.
Jasmine Silas.
Kaylee Myers.
Justin Higgs.
Joyce Truitt.
Kaylin Harris.
Terry Nicole Graham.
Brittany Woods.
Chantel L. Cruz.
Caitlin Freeman.
Alexandra Kaiser.
Jordan Kokite.
Michael Delgado.
Kaylee Marie Nicely.
Condessa Keith.
Lindsay Dale Suley.
Aisha Williams.
Rovena Temja.
Kimberly Carter.
Julep Roby.
Kimberly Carpenter.
Tyler Jimison.
Panara Lai.
Haven Lucas.
Miari Jones.
Alonzo Jackson.
Gianni Hooper.
Bailey Charles.
Kaylee Martin.
Laren Bing.
Carrier Clark.
Kiera Wooten.
Tejas Mystery.
Nia Williams.
Diamond Lawson.
Veronica Colbert.
Jasmine Miller.
Alisa Mune Young.
Shawana Smith.
Alexandria Sanders.
Latrell Gaskin.
Jessica Roman.
Cynthia Porter.
Ebony Brown.
Brittany Caps.
Ariona Thorns.
Jesse Caps.
Kendall Thorns.
DeAndre Campbell.
Deidre Foreman Taylor.
Sophia Williams.
Aaliyah Sala.
Satirit Starr.
Amira Arlinda Gebrika.
Quanice Finley.
Celine Jamaica Smith.
Jennifer Griffiths.
Buffets. Castaninos Buffets.
Shannon Soto.
Alina Kolbaka.
Derica Pascal.
Amelia Alderman.
Talisha Parker.
Donna Gettings.
Darlene Jones.
Demetria Clemens.
Christiandris Rojas.
Alan Newton.
Ebony Townsend.
Jared Matarona.
Kelisha Bryant.
Jennifer Brown.
Teresa LeBlanc.
Sarah Gordon.
Lydia Coury.
Tova Yisrael.
Rebecca Kenny.
Brenda Webb.
Jasmine Jeffers.
Yaldo Alto.
Luke Lurcher.
Tamika Burt.
Ashley Roncalione.
Neil Stagner.
Carolyn Anderson.
Emily King.
Chantiel Curry.
Sina Kim.
Vanessa Phillips.
Scenic Kim.
Roman Shatit.
Felicia Hopner.
Alvin Houston.
Caitlin Donner.
Emily Ray.
Amy Donner.
Jonathan Hunt.
Bria Hare.
Clifford Clemens.
Sharondel Young.
Ariel Jarin.
Tiana Ross.
Ira Pamela Ruida.
Lindsay Wanta.
Ken Wen.
Jennifer Charles.
Kitty Cox.
Asia Gabriella Jasmine Bone.
Taya Benowich.
Aaron Lopez.
Sharika Thorns.
Lizette Cochran.
Ivory Ross.
Trini Farrow.
Emma Casanova.
Maria Ruiz.
Charles Bodge.
Nicole Williams.
Keisha Martinez.
DeWarren Richardson.
Heather Kennedy.
Kendra Pooler.
Jose Torres.
Jasmine Jackson.
Kristen Studebaker.
Tremont Cole.
Emmanuel Calmi.
Sarah Harper.
Gianna Isaac.
Robert Durrow.
Madeline Van Houten.
John Quillen.
Pamela Wilson.
Cole Popple.
Marvin Ray Kelly.
Virginia Lewis.
Elizabeth Brown.
Jenna Blyler.
Aisha LaFavor.
Gabrielle Patterson.
Shakila Muharram Ali.
Madison Briggs.
Jeremy Alcazar.
Ty Morey.
Nero Raniel Ramos.
Haley Frazier.
Victoria Lloyd.
Sherry Crosby Bullard.
Cody Smith.
Cynthia Stevens.
Caitlin Bathurst.
Amanda Ortiz.
Camille Onur.
Charmaine Huff.
Robert Heathcote.
Jennifer Smith.
Jasmine Marshall.
Judith Solomon.
Calvin Gates.
Monica Dominguez.
Imani Powell.
Carolyn Verez.
Iana Powell.
Kimberly Charles.
Amanda Isert.
Ramsey Thompson.
Jasmine Sessoms.
Alexis Kate Elk.
Thalia Fletcher.
Caitlin Alyssa Ball.
Marina Khalili.
Melissa Washington.
Medina Velick.
Deborah Lyles.
Kathy Lestock.
Sarah Leanne Smith.
Mallory Cook.
Angela Thompson.
Sierra Boyne.
Rebecca Tierney.
Andrea Paulette.
Kelby Kornman.
Elena Lacey.
Melissa Lester.
Tassine Tassil.
Sherry Brunel.
Chloe Cruz.
Shelley Merritt Dietz.
Rodorame Marquez.
Precious McKenzie.
Lovia Lee.
Victoria Allen.
Yase Richardson.
Latasha Smith.
Quenisha Howard.
Richard Rosado.
Shakiria Finney.
Erica Sanchez.
Allison Polanco.
Taishia Turner.
TJ Morris.
Zipporah Epting.
Davia Nimmons.
Marlon Roberts.
Michael Langley.
Stephen Rozecki.
Christine Langley.
Tiffany Lee.
Natasha Boyd.
Brandon Schwartz.
Crystal Garver.
Tony Ann Watson.
Mohammed Abushade.
Natasha King.
Christian Smith.
Marissa Crenshaw.
Jacob Jackson.
Margaret McDaniels.
Daniel Treglio.
Fatima Haskins.
Joanne Nallis.
Dana Johnson.
Christian Matos.
Samantha DeToy.
Kristen Hafner.
Ebony Campbell West.
Grace Wen.
Natasha Whidbey.
Shaniqua Wise.
Lexi Straw.
Yanitza Colon.
Richard Cribb.
Charlicia Williams.
Alicia Pugh.
Latera Denard.
Zachary Hubenthal.
Knock Wynn.
Marche Etheridge.
Shonda Ross.
Khadija Scott.
Susan Sermones.
Hugo Mattern.
Jennifer Schwen.
Catherine Bodway.
Carrie Ketchum.
Francia Rodriguez Polino.
Ulta Lila.
Taylor Barr.
Patrice Williams.
Brittany Smith.
Aping Mayik.
Deprina Godboldo.
David Briscoe.
Corrine Martin.
George Moses.
Francine Inez Moranta.
Cesar Rodriguez.
Nyo Kong.
Hamilton Wilson.
Sheridan Austin.
Jonathan Januzzi.
Monica Nevin.
Mark Rydell.
Alicia Slansky.
Adriana Pate.
Sierra Griffin.
Melvina Sykes.
Megan Daly.
Eric Taylor.
Joni Pullman.
Norel Walker.
Douglas Keeling.
Jarvis Jones.
Tiffany Acosta.
Demarius Dart.
Susan Etheridge.
Malaja Duncan.
Melissa St. Cyr.
Jacole Jones.
Michelle Anthony.
Casey Danielle Sanderson.
Marcia Davis.
Chantel Owens.
Xavier George.
Shatonia Owens.
Arnisha Walton.
Leonika Jackson.
Valerie Walton Thomas.
Monica Vigiano.
Heather Smith.
Tamaya Belton.
New Win.
Justin Terrell.
Diana David De Souza.
Ashley Smith.
Joshua Mathis.
Joshua Manuel.
Robert Thurman.
Quintessa Letha Williams.
Ronald Coleman.
Joshua Stacker Jr.
Cecilia Vincent.
Christina Haddon.
Terrell Fernandez.
Elizabeth Powell.
Carrie Jackson.
Desiree Rogers.
Patina Williams.
Diane Capelli.
Tammy Noel.
Lily Chan.
Zena Abdush.
Diego Ailman.
Morgan Scott.
Catherine Lewis.
Mercedes Clark.
Taylor Rockefeller.
Gary Kane.
Ronald Alexander.
Justin Tomlinson.
Rupert Felix.
Christy Britt.
Megan Austin.
Shirkaika Fisher.
Cordell Manning.
Brenda Zelaya.
Brittany Lee.
Ryan Reed.
John King.
Kelly King.
Stephen Miller.
Sierra Jackson.
Elizabeth Nimitz.
Kelvin Wellington Walker II.
Woodrow Amaker.
Jessica Reichert.
Crystal Carlisle.
Karen Willingham.
Gay Andriel Henderson.
Jasmine DuPont Day.
Tierra Sermons.
Wandra Guillemot.
Luis Otero.
Tara Coffin.
Crystal Lewis.
Heather Hayes.
Julianique Harris.
Victoria Jenkins.
Shanae Howell.
Marlena Owens.
Aaron Fisher.
Keith Bryan.
Anderson Brown II.
Robin Thomas Jones.
Scotty Lynn Butler.
Daniel Berry.
Jasmine Brown.
Maria Camilla Preto.
Travis Hinton.
Sophie Valad Uzan.
Brittany Callahan.
Jesse Jarrell.
Tazaria Casho.
Mark Thomason.
Alita Cook.
Danielle Turpin.
Alyssa Melby.
Crystal Bainham.
Samuel Brown.
Diamond Hall.
Julie Ann.
Melissa Rincuso.
Aji Jamet.
Hope Ferrone.
Stephanie Cheeseborough.
Nidez Taylor.
Michelle Alexander.
Alicia Alexander.
Waverly Wahome.
Savannah Dakota Hires.
Kirsten Bertram.
Frank Sikora.
George Rodney.
Manyok Enyang.
Lisa Lackey.
Stephen Jones.
Michelle Higgins.
Wayne Parks.
Hannah Coleman.
Erica Wagner.
Tana Coleman.
Raquel Jackson.
Ryan Rebellia.
Kyla Weatherspoon.
Shamil Gordon.
Briera Johnson.
Susan Salas.
Gustavo Diaz.
My hat's falling off. Sharika Williams.
Raihan Adud.
Joelle Lusambo.
Nicole Craig.
Eve LaFleur.
John Eric Lopez.
Whitney Jaquez.
Zanaya Coley.
Keisha Perkins.
Lorraine Dennis.
Toyer Bailey.
Michaela Nowak.
Nicole Cummings.
Romello Rajas.
Chandra Ronchioni.
Laura Harris. Veronica Brown.
Mary B.
Jasmine Miller.
Adrienne Williams.
James O'Sullivan.
Julie Cross.
Jerica Major.
Joanna Peterson.
Natalie Marrero.
Leandra Spates.
Mason Fennell.
Brianna Jones.
Bobby Brinkley.
Odester Halliburton.
Stephanie Barry.
Janae Geddes.
Alexia Ashana.
Iris Ferrante.
Again. David Ragunanan.
Maricela de la Fuente.
Angelique Davis.
Aluel Nome.
Marie Damout.
Zenovia Abrams.
Shantae Prude.
Sevlin Nocom.
Imani Hill.
Ryan Domodon.
Veronica Blakely.
Lisa Pridgeon.
Nancy Wani.
Dana Dadeker.
Carrion Fisher.
Waldrita Watson.
Amber Vashon.
John Robido.
Faith Bennett.
Brittany Lovelace.
Brett Armbruster.
Ashley Coatsart.
Joseph Amplio.
Kelsey Coram.
Kendra Williams.
Georgetta Thurman.
Monisha Lewis.
Pache Jackson.
David Medina.
Samaya Davis.
Dixie Turner. Makara Bouge. Tina Justina. Christy Watkins. Jerica Bryant. Eric Stevens. Katarina Dagnault. Brandy Gitcombe. Laura Boehner. Amanda Ferreira. Reginald Sutton. DeQuante Marquise Pinkston. Sharice Montgomery. Naima Eads. McKaylee Paget, Brittany Gates, Haley Brown, Diamond Boyer, Dion Boyer, Shalonda Levy, Latasha Johnson, Adrian Santos, Tricourtney Blandon Cruz, Simone Strickland, Sade Timmons, Brittany Wusick, Ercilia Moncaya, Alexandra Masabni, Anitra Wilkerson, Bria Harris, Jasmine Smith, Tody Slober, Luong Lama, Anthony Jamar Neal,
Finally, we get to recognize what must be our most patient group of graduates and family and friends. Will the graduates receiving the Associate in Science, Associate in Applied Science degrees, technical certificates, and advanced technical certificates please rise now and be escorted to the stage?
Let's wait. Lamar Stapleton,
Katrina Cook,
Kelly Paget,
Santa Ramos Pablo,
Victoria Willette,
Ana Alicia Cruz Lorio,
Miriam Zaytona,
Yuri Chinchilla Mejeja,
Desi Mitchell,
Laura Perez Menendez,
Kyle Gay,
Dominga Pierre Peroa,
Michael Franklin, Manny Lorenz,
Oranio Mirandu Calderon,
Kevin Fussell,
Yosaris Castro Soriano,
Sarah Taylor,
Maria Roxana Escobar Duran,
Abdurazak El Hanawe,
Cindy Melara Quintanilla,
Herman Springs,
Fabiola Nieto Cervantes,
April Williams,
Ana Mercedes Kukul Tot,
Sierra Trinidad,
Celia Ilescas Valdinespo.
Tisa Austin.
Christelle Clearvo.
Nathan Bumgardner.
Kathleen Cherry.
Christopher Yarson.
Sherilyn Reyes Martinez.
Christian Guzman.
Tanya White.
Rebecca Gilby.
Juanita Woods.
Berkeley Staplefoot.
Jesse Atwaters.
Catherine Frederick.
Cheryl Crabtree.
Edmund Green.
Wajay Nelms.
Leslie Ramdas.
Deborah S. Brown.
David Beavers.
Angela Graves.
Kenneth Thornton.
Jimmy Webb.
Tammy Lovett.
John Boyd.
Sharon Pryor.
James Mudry.
Kamar Sr.
Charles Demps.
Veronica Edwards.
Luis Botero.
Melissa Duncan.
Nancy Thompson.
Brittany Lohatka.
Conrad Mack.
Shanice Farr.
Salma Vasquez Galindo.
Latisha Harris.
Flor de Maria Choltier.
Gilbert Elvejo.
Vilma Garcia Mejia.
Kylie Waska.
Rebecca Rigad.
Christopher Worth.
Emmanuel Shilaku.
Jacqueline Marie Bagsy York.
Rachel Wiggins.
Desiree Vaupel.
Yvonne Patrick.
Amy Murray.
Ivy Sioko.
Colleen Cummings.
Anna Marie Burnett.
Carlos Adorno.
Barrett Green.
Anissa Love.
Rhonda McCaffrey.
Ernessa Hover.
Teresa Baskin.
Leslie Newman.
Tasha Thomas.
Diana Walker.
Alexandria Laksamana.
Kimberly Almas.
James Holt.
Holly Wind.
Daniel Nidzwicki.
Stephen Shera.
Joseph Frazier.
Angela McGill Dixon.
Leonard Riles.
Kimberly Lewis. Laurice Wilson.
Barbara Allen.
Steve West.
Catherine Jimenez.
Laurie Kale.
Gregory Pena.
Rebecca Brown.
Salis Muhammad.
Farah Roberts.
Catherine Johnson.
Heath Deadman.
Christina Seif.
Sheba Whitman.
Dinesh Henderson.
Lois Simpkins.
Danielle McDonough.
Nico McHenry.
Sine Benamar.
Darlene Davis.
Mystique Matson.
Ronisha Scott.
Rebecca Joseph.
Stephen Foster.
Christina Land.
Shaquanda Gibson.
Crystal Fitzgerald.
Stephanie Jones.
Amy Trimble.
John Holloway.
Gage Wilder.
Jody Smith.
Crystal Snakowski.
Catherine Edwards.
Lisa Florence.
Ashley Bird.
Marie Shepard.
Samantha Carnley.
Stephanie Sutton.
Jamie Shorner.
Michael Spittler.
Elizabeth Ward.
Danielle Dressel.
Luz Gonzalez.
Jennifer Davenport.
Lisa Martinson.
Joshua Durbin.
Annie Sol Quaderno.
Ashley Martin.
Anna Parks.
Jonathan Hall.
Riza Tabood.
Angela T. Brown.
Zlatan Samardzik.
Jaime Vasquez.
Edna Martin.
Ashley Lee.
Lucretia Rhodes.
Justin Paala.
Marcus Anthony.
Sarah Marie Black.
Caitlin Johnston.
Carlene Washington.
Carrie Wind.
Dawn Henderson.
Casey Dentman.
Sabrina Hayes.
Ginger White.
Amanda Sartor.
Samantha Blackshear.
Quanisha Asante.
Valerie Norton.
Teddy Simmons.
Katie Robbins.
Michael Scott.
Ashley Koza.
Misty Osee.
Charlotte Brown.
Courtney Priester.
Courtney Mason.
Jonna Nelson.
Ashley Mong.
Deborah Richmond.
Russell Chavers.
Clarissa Green.
Todd Haas.
Jennifer Mann.
Brandon Goldsmith.
Maria Young.
Bridget Denson.
Margaret Gordon.
Simone Eiffel.
Judith Caesar.
David Bilski.
Tavis Harrison.
Susan Elday.
Julius England.
Erica Johnson.
Kristen Rohip.
Henry Jones.
Amber Babinski.
Lamendra Johnson.
Renale Williams.
Tamer Elmaudawi.
Amy Cruz.
Jessica DeBoe.
Werku Bilay.
Raska Aljik.
Tessanet Tessima.
Lauren Mechooso.
Rochelle Emmanuel.
William Jennings.
Jessica Rotterman.
Glenda Johnson.
Jimmy Jan Calderon.
Lisa Carl.
Sharon Hammond.
Denise Ray Johnson.
Tim Kwana Kelly.
Michelle Little.
Alexa Rachinisa.
Brandy Schmidt.
Elizabeth Hammonds.
Caroline Anderson.
Stanley Pace.
Faye Shauna. Harrison
Bradley
Watson.
Bradley
Christopher
Hester.
O'Rourke.
Robert Bodyford.
Henry Clavon Atkins III.
Shamika McCaskill.
Tasha Nettles.
Joyce Sie.
Cinnamon Waitley.
Adrienne Farrow.
Kyra Knighton.
Jessica Williams.
Susan Reel.
Heather Taylor.
Travis Leemreese.
Gail Macon Hammond.
Tisha Jenkins.
Tyron Lanford.
Tia Whitfield.
Matthew Painter.
Matthew Jones.
Courtney Craig.
Charles Ward.
Melissa Hardinson.
Derek King.
Stacy Archer.
Veronica Angel.
Charles Anderson.
Diana Vicente.
Rebecca Clifford.
Shalonda Holloman.
Ebony Martin.
Ayana Shepard.
Rosalind Gilbert.
Karina Vale.
Yoel Acosta.
Ryan Anthony Palmer.
Jessica Nolan.
Ronleen Kennedy.
Suzanne Bone.
Evelyn Jackson.
Mark Clifford Lathrop.
Rith Seng Croy.
Amy Cammerburn.
Jason Alorde Baloy.
Edward Bernardo Da Vinci Rogers.
Cheryl Charisse Haspel.
Jillian Bailey.
Deanna Michelle Moore.
Geraldine Little.
Mary French.
Maybelle Kelly.
Michael Williams.
Patricia Marie Harris.
Mary Sellers. Marlena Haynes. Onika Cooper. John Gallardo. Calvin Sessions. Tiffany Williams. Zachary Taylor. Virginia Tompkins. Nicola Toby. Amy Madison. Tamika Benjamin.
Job well done, graduates. Job well done. Now, in just a moment, after the most important part of closing this reception out, there will be a recessional of the platform party, those folks up here. We ask that you stay in your seats until the platform guests have exited the arena, and then you are free to go to your celebration. But before we do that, now is the time you've all been waiting for. Graduates, family, supporters, watch this. Your tassel should be on your right side. You can now change it from right to left, and you have officially graduated.
Damn.